Hey guys, it's Dr. Johnny Walker, fund manager at Walk of Wealth Capital. We're now in the final quarter of 2025, and if you're still looking for ways to reduce your taxes this year, this is your last window to do it. Now, we just launched our final oil and gas investment of 2025 called the Iron Horse Fund, a 50 to 75 oil well portfolio across proven U.S. basins, partnered with world-class operators like EOG, Fulcrum Energy, ConocoPhillips, and the like. Investors are getting 80 to 90% depreciation in year one, which can be used to offset W-2 income, 1099, or capital gains income this year, and still enjoy strong returns. Space is limited and closing soon. Visit walkofwealth.com to schedule a call with me or one of my helpful teammates, or shoot me an email at johnny@walkofwealth.com, JONNY@walkofwealth.com to get more information. Now let's get into the video. Most people only think United States when it comes to real estate. But what if the fastest growing economy in the world is happening in a place most investors never even considered? Well, I just got back from Guyana, and what I saw there completely changed the way I think about international investing. Now, let's be clear, this isn't just another market to me. Some of my best friends are Guyanese. I've been to cultural events, I've been a groomsman in several weddings, and I've been to countless Guyanese weddings in Queens, New York. And if you've ever been to one, you know that it's a full week event. And honestly, the Guyanese community became my second family outside of my Sri Lankan roots in Canada. The Guyanese people are a warm and welcoming group of people whom I have a special place in my heart for. So when I landed in Guyana, it wasn't as a tourist. It was like reconnecting with one long lost family. And because of that, I got to see things with a very unique lens. Now here's the reality. On the Georgetown side, which is the commercial capital of Guyana, land has already gotten very expensive. Investors have piled in, and prices are already, relatively to previous historic prices, sky high. Now I want to add here, for some people that might need clarity, look, Guyana is a small country, and you may not have heard of it, and I'm not talking about Ghana in West Africa, I'm talking about Guyana, which is a small country in South America along the north coast, squeezed between Venezuela and Suriname, and Brazil to the south. But when you cross the Demerara Bridge, which at the time of this recording just opened today, or head into Berbice, or as Guyanese people say, Barbies, across the Barbies Bridge, and that connects you to the east coast of the country. It's a different story on either side of these bridges. Land there is still relatively affordable, and I say relatively because it's still gone up a lot. But here's the kicker. We've found through research that the demand for warehouses and logistics space is about to explode. Why? Because this country is experiencing an unbelievable oil boom, which is one of the largest reserves, if not the largest reserve of proven oil in the world. So all of a sudden, a country that was the poorest in South America is in transition to becoming the richest. So now Guyana has partnered with ExxonMobil to come as an energy partner to actually come and drill and bring the oil out of the ocean. This is offshore drilling. This is very different from the oil and gas that we invest, which are land-based. At this point, the government is seeing $7.6 million per day from the oil wells, which is over $210 million a month, which is over $2.4 billion per year. This is a line item that now appears on the government's expenditures, that now appears in the government budget that never appeared before. So, and it's a very small country. There's only 800,000+ people in the entire country. So the amount of money that will flow into Guyana in the coming years will be spread over a very small population. Very exciting times. They say by 2030, once a lot of the debts from the equipment has paid off, this will swell to $10 billion. So the opportunity, as I mentioned, we found as one of the many, our warehousing and logistics, is that the biggest opportunity isn't condos or office towers. It's warehouses, logistics, and bonded storage. Also, plenty of opportunities for downstream oil and gas services, such as transport, refinement, and waste management. Now, recently, I had a call with a few Guyana-based entrepreneurs, top-of-class entrepreneurs in Guyana. They also have a lot of deep political affiliations. So they are people that not only know the lay of the land, but they also have political connections. I had the opportunity to network and discuss business ideas with the top business people in Guyana. I'm talking about people that control shipping and exporting. I'm talking about internet and cable. I'm talking about the top jeweler, hotel owners, even the personal lawyer of President Irfan Ali. Because of this connection, I was able to talk and brainstorm. One of the entrepreneurs talked about waste management, and it's definitely a top need, especially with a dirty industry like oil and gas. But what really stood out to me, especially as a real estate guy, was the warehouse opportunity. And we started digging into the data. Oil field service companies are expanding fast and need storage. Importers and distributors can't keep up with inventory. And infrastructure forecasts show warehouse and industrial space way behind the growth curve. We are seeing the major infrastructure plays in Guyana. The connectivity of the country is increasing at a rapid pace. The highways will connect areas of the country to the commercial capital, Georgetown. That hasn't been done in a way that hasn't done before. The port is expanding. Highways are being built. All of the right things are happening in order to support what they're forecasting for growth. So what happens when you have skyrocketing demand and very limited supply? That spells huge opportunity. And if you position warehouse developments near the bridge, strategically between Georgetown and the interior, you're sitting on the main logistics artery of the entire country. And if you design them as bonded warehouses, even better. Companies can import equipment, store it locally, and defer paying duties until the goods are used. That is a massive financial advantage for oil service firms and distributors. Let's look at the bigger picture. It's not just about warehouses. Guyana right now is a blank canvas. They need infrastructure, industrial services, waste management, training facilities, fabrication yards, construction materials, and even housing for the growing workforce. And what really struck me is the government's long-term vision. President Irfan Ali has been clear. Guyana doesn't just want to become an oil-rich country. It wants to use this oil boom to fund a transition to clean energy. They're already building solar farms, hydroelectric projects, and even exploring wind energy. So while oil is driving the growth, renewables are going to sustain it. That's forward-thinking leadership. By the way, if you're new to this channel, my name is Dr. Johnny Walker, aka Jonathan Withanachi. I'm an endodontist and a fund manager, and I help doctors, successful business owners invest passively in commercial real estate and alternative assets. Now, through our fund, Walk of Wealth Capital, we've helped over 100 investors diversify across Wall Street. We've invested across diverse asset classes, from oil wells to mobile home parks, to large multifamily properties, to medical offices, always with the same goal: building time freedom by investing in assets that produce passive income. And beyond this fund, I also run a private community for elite doctors and entrepreneurs called the Walk of Wealth Mastermind, and where we come together to learn advanced strategies for passive investing, share real deals, deploy advanced tax saving strategies, and build financial freedom together. It's education, community, and access all in one place. So when I look at opportunities like Guyana, I'm not just sightseeing. I'm analyzing how these global trends could fit into a passive investor strategy. And here's the big lesson. If you only look at investing in the United States, you risk missing the biggest growth stories of our lifetime. The US market is very mature. It's crowded, it's highly regulated, and there's a lot of competitors. But in emerging markets like Guyana, the growth is raw, and the opportunity to make many multiples, right? This is a chance where you can make tremendous leaps in wealth by being the people who move first, intelligently and with the right partners. That's how you create generational wealth. This is the type of, you gotta remember, Guyana is a emerging country. This isn't a short-term play. But Held out over a mid to long term, this will create wealth that you can truly pass down to the next generation. Now, this isn't about speculation. It's about infrastructure, the backbone of a new booming economy. Warehouses, logistics, energy, training, manufacturing. Those are the long-term plays. Now, we are already very busy exploring different opportunities. At this point, we're at the beginning stages. We're looking to identify an opportunity in a niche such as warehouses, and we will be putting together a Guyana investment fund which will democratize investing in this boom in Guyana so that anyone, as long as you're an accredited investor, an investor of some means, can partake in this incredible boom. That's going to be the purpose of our fund, and it's going to be able to invest in different various projects within Guyana. If you're interested in this, definitely go to walkofwealth.com. Join our mailing list so that you don't miss any developments in this project. The link is in the description below, walkofwealth.com. So here's my challenge to you. Start thinking beyond your borders. Don't just invest where it's comfortable. Look where the world is changing fastest. Now, if you found this video eye-opening, hit subscribe for more content on passive investing, alternative assets, and spotting opportunities that most people overlook. And if you're Guyanese, my Guyanese people watching this with a mouthful of pylori, well, skunt by, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your perspective because this is your country's moment. The story of Guyana is just beginning and the world is finally paying attention. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. But before you go, a quick reminder. Our final oil and gas investment of 2025 is live, and it's one of the most powerful ways to protect your income and grow your wealth before year end. We're projecting a 1.7 to 3x equity multiple with an estimated 26% IRR, backed by top tier operators and strong diversification across the most established US basins. Allocations are almost gone, and once it's full, that's it for 2025. So go to walkofwealth.com right now and schedule a call with me or one of my helpful teammates, or shoot me an email at johnny@walkofwealth.com. That's JONNY @walkofwealth.com before year-end taxes deadlines hit.